Howdy, y'all. Ready to gag? Tonight we'll be riding the Owl Hoot Trail in a game called Frontier Scum. Our outfit is attempting to rob a bank. The vault is overflowing with the Stanton family silver. What sounded like a straightforward job is in fact anything but. The bank is located in the heart of Dredge upon Rock, a town ravaged by flood and disease. Rotters walk the streets in a sick mockery of their former lives, and a vicious storm has been raging for weeks, flooding the streets. Top it all off, earthquake ripped the town in half. No big deal, right? The outfit has successfully made their way through the tides of rot, across the chasms, and into the town's landmarks, finding themselves in possession of both keys required to open the vault. All that's left to do is to hightail it to the bank and grab the silver. Should be easy enough. Of course, another earthquake struck the town again, dropping large sections of the town under sea level. Our outfit adapted quickly, taking a skiff from the harbor to navigate the submerged streets. And they can almost smell the silver, like chum in the water, drawing them towards the bank. As you're moving your way through these alleys and streets, it's when the boat lurches. It careens to the left. I want a slick check from everyone to maintain your footing here.
Pass.
14.
13.
Pass.
13 is a pass, right?
Yeah, we're doing
16.
BR12 for this one. 16.
failed.
Right.
10.
Do I get slick step here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 10.
I think I was sitting on him too.
Hey, I've got sure.
That's right.
I've got sure-footed. Would that help here?
Sure-footed would help, yeah.
19.
19. All right. So Bardog failed. You're the only one to fail, right? With your slick step. Apparently, slick step doesn't work when your feet are in the air and someone is sitting on you. And you go flying towards the edge. You halfway fall into the water. You're still mostly on the boat, but you find yourself face to face with this pale, great white shark with beady, glass-like black eyes that begin to roll back as its mouth opens, lurching towards you. And then another mouth opens inside. There is a rotter inside of this shark that is chomping at the bits, hoping that this shark will shred you to pieces so that it can have a feast as well. We are going into combat. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative. Bardog, you are automatically failing here.
I like to think Arthur
Human
watches
parasite.
Bardog fly over the air. Oh no! Oh.
Oh, look at that. Look at what
You're right,
happened.
Arthur. I'm pretty
Oh.
sad too about this. Genuine.
Oh no!
Sorry, you want initiative? So there were D6s?
Initiative is a D6.
Yeah.
4 and higher is a pass.
I fell.
We were all distracted by trying to RP a little bit.
All
I
right,
got a
Rock
3.
Gut failed. Cadaver fails.
Failed.
Rodie?
I failed. Got a 1.
Okay. So everyone is going last. So you're in good company, Bardog. This shark lurches forward, and it's actually going to go after both Bardog and Cadaver Kid, as this gets 2 attacks on its turn. Cadaver Kid, you were pushed over to the same side as the boat lurched from the weight of this shark slamming into it. And then the shark breaches the water. You see teeth upon teeth, a head inside of the mouth, 2 fins from the side as the entire body of the shark breaches. And also, the rotter's arms have pierced through the tough exterior of the shark's hide and are flailing about, and they grab onto the boat, holding the shark into place. I need grit checks from both of you here.
This should be the next Sharktopus movie. I want to see this now.
I got a 9, so I'm going
Seriously.
to use my ace to re-roll.
Okay, use
Oh, that's
your ace.
right. We got aces.
Yeah.
You get aces. And actually,
Also,
it's the final
everybody just
session, so you all
lost
get
them.
2 aces this session.
I know you just lost them because Aaron rolled a 20.
I didn't roll anything.
Or Bardog, sorry. Stunice rolled a 20.
All right.
Damn it.
Technically,
Bardog, you
I
guys-
didn't
So I
take it
luckily
until
just used
after he
mine.
rolled.
Can I
So
t-
can I
can
still
I-
get it?
Can I use advantage to roll a second dice and take that result? I have Donkey Kong.
How is Donkey Kong helping you here?
It's
Because it's a
not.
grit check.
You're not throwing barrels. You're not trying to
You're
hit a
not throwing-
plumber.
Yeah, you're not looking for hidden bananas. No, I'm
Fine,
gonna say
Aikido.
I'm gonna say no on the advantage here. So you all lose your aces
Luckily, I
as
already
soon as
used
you get
mine
them,
as
of
well.
course. Classic Frontier Scum.
Also, because I used my ace, anybody who has rot 4 has to use their ace as well or get miserable.
Or
I think it's
become
3.
miserable.
You couldn't have used an ace.
I said I was using it, and then Bardog rolled
That's
a
true.
20.
Yeah, it's true. She did say
And
that.
I
get
lost
screwed
my second one.
twice.
Yes, yeah,
That's what
mhm,
you're
yeah,
saying.
mhm, yeah, mhm.
Just to make sure.
Just to make
for
sure
bookkeeping purposes.
You are screwed.
We
Yes.
doubly have
Twice.
noise.
Yeah,
Twice.
I will say
I was already miserable.
If Cadaver
so
Kid, if Cadaver Kid used her ace before Bardog rolled, then you all would still have aces to spend before you lost them all.
Okay.
So we can
There
go
you
ahead
go.
and order of operations there. The shark's teeth are gnashing about. You see, they're actually chomping down on this rotter's head as much as the boat and you all, anything nearby. It looks like you both pass just barely here. Cadaver Kid, your coat is being pulled in. It gets caught in its teeth. You manage to rip it out, get yourself free. Bardog, you were halfway out of the boat, and probably with the lurching of the shark breaching the water and pulling it in, it just pushed you even more. So you slide down the rail, just barely out of its range. And that's when another shark breaches out of the water on the opposite side of the boat.
no, gosh.
Jumps up, slams into the boat. The boat begins to crack, and it's not breaking yet, but you hear the timbers groaning under the weight of this creature, and it begins thrashing and spinning about on this boat, trying to reach you all. And this one also has a rotter inside, and the arms that are piercing through begin grabbing onto the hull of the boat, pulling it closer and closer to the group of you who've gone towards the starboard side. That is its full action, though. That one does not get attacks here. There are 2 sharks on this boat with you all. One of them halfway on, one of them entirely on pulling. What all would you like to do in any order you wish?
Shoot one of them.
That's a good choice.
Go for it.
So it's an automatic hit, and then I just roll the damage.
Yes, this is an easy shot here. So go ahead and roll your damage.
3.
3. Okay. You hit, but it's a massive shark. You're using your pistol here?
My rat rifle.
Rat
That's the
rifle.
only weapon I
Yeah.
have is a rat rifle.
You
Oh, no.
plunk a little hole into it, and you see that there's like some blood and some salt water that oozes out, but it's not a very powerful hit. It'll take a dozen of these before it goes down.
This looks like a problem. Should we just jump? Can we jump? Can we just jump?
Oh God, no!
Into
We don't want to
the
lose the
water.
boat to
Do
these
you want to
angry
jump
water
into the water
cats.
where there's more sharks?
Maybe.
Now we know
Hey,
why
she's
Melissa's
miserable.
characters keep
I'm right.
dying.
I'm right behind you. Go ahead. I'll watch your 6.
Bardog,
in the
you say this
meantime-
as a shark is like chomping at your feet.
Cadaver Kid's gonna pull out her trusty sledgehammer, and she's
Okay.
right next to one. So, up
All
and
right, so this is
down.
going to be grit as well.
Give it a lobotomy.
Yeah, how about a 16?
16 hits. All right, roll your
the
damage.
Sledgehammer does heavy weapon, a D8 because I'm using 2 hands. 4 points of damage.
All right, would Was this on the one that attacked you or the one on the other side of the boat?
The one that attacked me. I'm assuming
Okay.
that Stunice and I are right close to it, so that's just the natural.
You
No.
bring that sledgehammer down,
I'm not
and you
Stunice.
Whatever.
you thunk into it, and
Stunice.
the fleshy cartilage of this shark kind of like pops right back. You almost feel it like bounce a bit. You do hear a crunch. You definitely break something in there, whether it was the shark or the rotter inside. You can't tell.
Bad water cat, go away.
Rocket, Rodie, or Bardog?
Rodie,
Cadaver kid
Rodie's got a
wants to,
sawed-off
throw one on her
shotgun,
belt.
so he kind of slides towards the open mouth of the one that Curdle's just shot.
All right.
Aims down its throat with a sawed-off shotgun. Says, "Yippee-ki-yay, you son of a bitch!" Fires the barrels in at the rotter.
All right.
7 points of damage. 4 and a 3
7
on
points.
2d4.
That's a much more solid hit, and you do destroy the skull of the rotter. However, this shark is still very much active, still very angry, very hungry, still very much trying to kill you all. Rockgut or Bardog?
I'll
Rocket, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll get Spit and Whistle out. So the one that I'll say Cadaver Kid has been smashing, I'll try to help her out. And I'll let down in front. Oh, these ain't kittens. And I will try to shoot. Is it still going to be an all-out hit, even though there's people in melee? Should it be?
Yeah, it still counts as an easy shot.
Okay.
This thing is
All right.
so big. There's going to be a place to hit.
6, but I rolled a 5 on damage and I have the +1, so it's not going to explode or anything. So, but
Okay.
6.
6. A good hit. And between the two groups here, you're focusing. You're doing about equal amounts of damage to both of these sharks. With Spit and Whistle, you're plunking a few holes in. You're not necessarily going for the rotter. You're hitting the shark more. It's starting to slow down a bit, but it's not anywhere close to dead. Bardog, that leaves you.
So there's one on the ship and there's one on the side. Is there anything that would tell me which is more of a threat? Because I'm imagining the one that's in the water, which is its environment, would be more of a threat than the one like crawling like a baby.
They're both very much threatening. There's not one that's going to be more threatening right now. Because right now they both can get on and off the ship.
Okay.
However,
Was the one on the ship near anyone? Was that the one at my feet?
that's the one that's like on the rail. It's like half on, half off. And then there's one that's fully inside the ship that's crawling about with no head in the rotter there.
Yeah, okay. So I'll shoot the one that's half on the rail with my long rifle.
All right. That's the one right at your feet. So that makes sense.
I tickle him. 2 damage.
2 damage. Perhaps because of all the motion on this boat, with the shark thrashing about, your companion shooting, you're trying to back away. You're just going for the widest shot you can so you don't hit any of your companions. And you graze him, and you do still deal a decent amount of damage, but it's not going to be enough. All right. Top of the round, everyone roll initiative again. D6s.
Well, I got 4 this time.
Failed.
Fail again.
All right.
Got a
Cadaver
5.
Kid, Bardog, and Slim are going first. In any order, go ahead.
I've been
So
hit with my
Rodie's-
sledgehammer again. Sorry.
All right.
Good.
Give me that grit.
She raises her sledgehammer 10,
10 is not enough. You needed the 12.
hits to the side.
Yeah, you slam, you bring the sledgehammer down, but this thing is thrashing and moving about. The rotter inside has no head, and yet the limbs that are poking out of the side are still grasping and crawling, moving along regardless. And perhaps with that movement and the shaking of the boat, your sledgehammer just kind of slides down, hits the shark a bit, and then just thuds into the floorboards beneath. Slim? How about you?
So Rodie, Slim Good, rolls away from the mouth, rolls around, shoves the barrels of the double barrel shotgun into the gill slits hard. He's like, chew on this. Let's go. And guess horribly. 3 points of damage. On 2d4. You just can't beat this kind of stuff. Awesome.
That's so bad.
So let's say that you roll around and you go to push the shotgun in, and at the very last second, you're ready to pull the trigger, and the shark on the other side of the boat begins hauling its weight, and everyone lurches back, and you slide away from the shark. You still hit, but the spray peppers, and it doesn't do the concentrated blast that you were going for. All right, Bardog.
I will try once more to shoot the one that is at my feet.
All right.
6.
6. That is a solid hit. That's one of our strongest hits so far outside that sledgehammer. Go ahead and tell us what this looks like. You're not killing it, but it is very wounded.
I'm going to aim carefully and shoot one of its eyes out.
All right. You're using your long rifle, you said, right?
Yeah.
You line up the shot and you're ready, and then it pulls itself in. Like we said, the entire boat lurches and you slide towards it. And your feet actually land on the nose and the gills of this shark, and your long rifle just perfectly lines up. You pull the trigger, blast that eye out. Shark chum goes flying, and you hear this bellow, this guttural vibration. The shark doesn't have vocal cords, but there's something inside that is just shrieking in pain. And both of our sharks are going to go here. We'll go ahead and focus on the one that just got an eye out.
I'm picturing Quint from Jaws right now with Bardog, except he had a gun. Didn't go well for Quint. Spoiler alert, Derek.
Oh, God.
It's been a good 10 years since I've seen Jaws, but I have seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Did not go well.
Bardog, we're going to start with you here because keep the action on you.
Yeah, you're trying not to laugh. What's up?
Blast the bullet hole into the eye of the shark, creating like this cavern inside the shark's head. And the smoke is still clearing from your gun when you see a revolver push out of the hole that you just blasted in the skull of the shark.
Naturally.
There's a rotter inside with a revolver. I'm
With a
writing this
gun.
rules as written. The revolver
This is
comes out and
Sharknado
starts
levels.
blasting at you.
You don't see this every day, folks.
You shoot the shark and the shark shoots back.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
only
plan
rolled
for
a 2
this.
though. So
No.
bullets go flying. It can't aim. It does 2 damage to you, Bardog.
Okay.
We need Zierling
Shark
and
has a
chainsaw.
gun. Help.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
It shot me though.
What?
Both of these
That
sharks.
don't make sense.
Both of these sharks target 2 random foes with random attacks each round. So I just rolled to see which one of you won't get targeted. And Slim, you came up lucky. So Rock Gut,
Madness.
you're going to be hit here with as everything lurches. You find yourself also within close range of this shark, and that rotter arm that's sticking out just starts thrashing about wildly, trying
Slap
to
it
clamp
down.
on to
Get
the
off. Let go.
yeah. Trying to clamp onto the boat to keep from sliding, and it just slashes at you as you're close by.
Quit.
So you're gonna,
Get your damn hands off me, shark.
as you're doing your slap fight, you're taking 3 damage from the rotter claws.
Okay. All right.
Ouch.
I do have armor, so I will absorb. My leather apron will absorb
1 point of armor.
one of that.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal.
All right. Cadaver Kid and Curdles, you are up next. Cadaver Kid. Slim got pulled away as this boat is lurching. Water is coming overboard. The wood is threatening to break at any moment as this fight continues. And the shark uses the momentum of that lurching. The rotter arms start pulling and pulling incredibly quickly. For a shark to move this fast on land or on a boat is insane, as it crosses the distance between the boat itself and you, and just
It's
immediately
evoluting.
begins. What?
It's evoluting.
It's evoluting. And it actually just slams into you. It goes to bite you, but there's just so much chaos happening, and the just weight of this creature hits you hard. For again 3 damage. I'm rolling low, unfortunately.
Well, I
that was a
got a
D10.
jacket that's pretty thick, so that's -1 to that. But thank you.
And give me a luck test too as we attack Curdles here. Curdles. This shark that has a gun pointed out of the side of its head,
Out of its eye. Out of its eye.
out of
hole.
its eye,
Got it. Got it.
turns about in this like coil, and just tries to go back to the classics, and it starts biting at you with its snapping teeth.
Yeah. Get that away from me. Get that away from me.
Give me a grit to avoid this.
15.
15. That is a pass, which is good because this was the most dangerous check here. Attack here. Cadaver Kid, how'd you do with your luck?
Coincidence. Coincidence that the most dangerous attack Steven does is on Melissa's character. Coincidence.
Yeah, you know,
Leah,
there's
are you
starting to
watching
be a
this?
few
Break out the
trends
tinfoil
here.
hat.
They got another one.
Cadaver Kid, Princess 3 almost goes flying as the shark
Don't you dare.
slams into you. Fortunately, you pass your luck and you're able to grab him before he goes overboard. Bottom of the round, I believe it's Raka and Bardog?
Curdles.
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 Okay.
Go ahead.
Curdles,
Time
what are
for
you
some
doing
Revenge.
as the shark is trying to bite you?
Jump down his throat, fight it from the inside.
You know,
Yeah.
I
I did that with the dragon once in Conan.
Bite it back.
like I have a D4 gun and I have 2 grit. So I'm almost thinking that so what I want to try to do, probably going to my death, and I should have rolled up another character first, but I'm going to try to like jump inside with this like spyglass, because I've got this spyglass. So I want to like extend the spyglass and then try to see if I can just shove it like in the back of its mouth.
Do
So
you want to
you're giving it
borrow
a
my?
prostate
Do you want to
exam?
borrow my iron rooster?
I love this plan. This has got
Borrow
to
my
work.
iron rooster.
Guaranteed.
or that one of the two. I just want to.
We're not putting the rooster in the shark's mouth. The jokes will never end.
That's the word I'm choking. Okay, so this collapsible spyglass you want to use to prop the shark's
But
mouth.
I'm gonna
open.
like shove it in so
The
that it's
collapsible
thing.
spyglass.
Okay.
You twist it and it stays up. Like it just,
I want,
technology.
How many pounds of pressure can it survive? Did you read the instruction manual?
you hush.
I want 2 checks on this because I do want to see this work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
give me a grit for the melee attack here.
Okay.
And then give me a luck for the spyglass being able to keep it open.
Okay. And we've got audience stuff for stuff, right?
Classic Melissa question.
But
You
do have to
exude
have
Classic
confidence.
question.
I rolled an 11. I'm like, oh, there's one away.
So we did say that you have to use the boost before you roll for a +1, but we're on the final session, so let's burn through those boosts. The audience has been kind to us. Go ahead and use it. Melissa, you are making a grit check to melee attack the shark, and you are making a luck check to see if this microscope, no telescope, you've used it both ways before, telescope will survive the weight of this shark. So your grit check you said was an 11, which is a fail, right?
Yes, I rolled a 9. My grit is 2, so it puts me at 11. And I would like to use one of our generous audience boosts to get me to a 12, assuming it's a DN 12.
All right. Yeah. So the audience boost we can use for a +1. So that gets you there just barely. How'd your luck do?
Hadn't rolled that yet, so I needed to have my character sheet come back so that I could see what my luck score was. So now that that's back, I'm rolling. It's a 1. And I rolled a 5, so it's a 6. Yes. Yeah, it's a 6.
If only we had
really
aces, but
close.
someone got rid of them already. All right.
If only. Oh, who was that? Who's the asshole that rolled a crit 20?
You just call someone an asshole? My night is made. Oh my goodness. Someone clip that. All right.
I've been telling you guys this. She's got you lulled into a false pretense here.
Medvin, Curdles, Myrtle, Mosca. This shark spins around and its teeth are chomping at you, thrashing about. You come up with this crazy idea. You grab your telescope and you see your moment. You see that there's an opening here. Maybe it gets like a piece of wood, like a small crate or something stuck in its mouth. You see a chance for your arm to go in and push that telescope up to keep its mouth open and protect you from future attacks. And your timing is perfect. You've never been more graceful in your entire life. Your hand goes in the telescope, you click the latch shut so that it stays solid, and you have it there. You pull your arm out, and in that moment, you think, hell yes, I've done this. And then the next moment, the shark just clamps down its mouth, crushes the telescope. It folds in half. Bits of the box that were in there start shattering and go flying. Unfortunately, the telescope could not survive.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
And did I lose my arm because I like went in with it?
No, you passed the grit check. So you were in and out perfectly. It was the telescope itself that couldn't make it.
Oh,
right.
I was really hoping for like a glass breaking or something on the inside. Oh, my spyglass. Oh, what I won't see now.
And Medvin has this moment through the chaos of all this where she just sighs in sadness for her spyglass. Has everyone gone this round? Are we missing someone?
No, I haven't gone yet.
Okay.
All right. So inspired by Medvin's creativity, I think what Artham's going to do, he's going to pull out the heavy chain that he used so effectively on our previous gig, and he is going to go charging at the one by Cadaver Kid. And his goal, he's going to take this chain and he wants to just kind of like while the shark has its mouth open, he just kind of wants to try to hop on the back of the shark and wrap like the chain into its mouth. And I would like to make a case for horse wrestling, because this is in fact like a bridal, you know what I mean? I feel like it makes sense, right?
What is a shark if not a horse of the sea? And this shark itself does have 4 limbs. So yeah, go ahead and take it.
Okay. All right. What am I rolling?
I think this would be slick rather than grit.
Okay. That's fair. I can understand that. All right. First one. What's the difficulty? Because there was a 13 on the first.
Oh, that's a 14 good point. On the that's second. My job, isn't
14
it? 14
on the
difficulty.
Second.
I would have said difficult. So 14 probably. Yeah.
Okay. I got 14 on the second roll. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Describe what happens here.
So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to essentially interfere with its ability to easily bite people, because it's chomping on people, and I'm trying to just get a hold of it and just stand on its back. So I'm like literally on top of its head, on its back. I've got the chain wrapped in its mouth. I'm holding it up, and I could effectively, I'm almost like water skiing on top of it, even though it's not moving too much. But the goal is to try to prevent it and make it not able to easily attack others. That's the goal, and choke it. Is sort of what I'm what I'm doing at the same time. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a D4 for me, and we'll say that people trying to defend against this shark specifically get advantage.
That's 4. That's a 4 on a D4.
All right. So this one hasn't been hurt as much as the other one, but they're about neck and neck here. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. My die roll. Okay. Top of the round. Let's roll initiative here.
6.
Failed.
Yeah.
5. Pass finally.
All right. So whoever passed in any order, I think it's Bardog, Cadaver Kid, and Rockgut. Go ahead.
The Rotgut should follow up with this last
So yeah, I think I'm just tightening and I'm just bringing it in. And I'm just pulling the chain as tight I can. And just suck on this as I'm just trying to peel it back and pull it off and away from other people. Hey, if I could rip out some teeth at the same time, do some dental work, that'd be cool too. You know.
All right, we'll call this just regular grit here, and we'll call it a heavy improvised weapon. You're using both hands.
Okay.
Which will be a D8 if you pass your attack.
Okay. Can I make another case for horse wrestling?
I think
I don't
not on this one, because you're not necessarily trying to wrangle the same way.
17. That's a 17 on that. I'm good.
That's
actually
passable.
19 if you count my grit. Okay. That's a 7 on the D8.
Nice.
Nice roll.
I think a D8 explodes too, but it didn't. It's a
You
7.
hear crunching on top of all the chaos here. The wood groaning of the ship, the sharks slamming about, gunshots firing. You also hear crunch, and it coincides with a little bit of slack happening in your chain as you feel teeth breaking and shattering as your chain goes higher and higher up, and the shark begins to like curl back as you're raising its head, and its spine is bending and groaning against your strength. All right, Cadaver Kid or Bardog?
Wow, good job, Rotka. I'm going to sort of, I guess, drop the sledgehammer for a quick moment to grab the hunting rifle and just shoot into that exposed mouth/neck area.
All right, let's do it. This is an easy shot, so roll your damage.
Oh, okay. I was about getting ready to roll the grit. It's D8. This doesn't count as undead, right?
No, it is not a
rotter. Okay. That is 3 damage.
So with everything that has been piled onto the shark, with all the hits that have been on it, all the gunshots, all the chains, this little plunk of your hunting rifle is all it took to finish it off. So what does this look like as you're destroying this?
So as Rotgut pulls up with the chain, he's ripping these teeth out, and just probably there's blood and sort of brine coming out, and she just aims at the sort of rotter that's in the middle of the shark and just pink right through the forehead. Nice and easy. Doesn't need to be a lot of damage.
And you just hit it exactly the right spot, and that's all it takes to put it down. The shark itself appears to be dead or inert. It just flops down like the big fish that it is. You see that the rotter inside is still kind of like moving and twitching the limbs, but it doesn't have the same strength to pull itself anymore, and it can't get any leverage. So these arms are just like uselessly flailing against the deck of the ship, just scratching the nails on the wood. Bardog, you see that one side of the ship is a bit more secure than it was a moment ago, but there is still a very large shark with a zombie inside it coming after you. What are you doing?
Well, so I've had this here lantern the entire time we've been here. Hadn't used it once. I would like to light the lantern and make sure the oil's still nice and full, and just chuck it in the shark's mouth and set it ablaze from within.
I like it. I will say that if you roll under a 5, you're gonna set the boat on fire. How about that?
Yep, we're gonna use an audience dice for this. Is this
All right.
slick or is this grit?
This would be slick because it's a ranged attack. It sounds like.
Okay,
Get a +1.
You're fine.
that's a 14.
14
with the +1. Yeah.
The shark is thrashing about. Its toothy maw opens up. You see the rotter's head inside. You pick your moment perfectly. The lantern goes flying in arcs just as the shark's head is spinning around, and the lantern breaks on the rows and rows of teeth. The oil goes down into the inside the gullet of this thing. Let's go ahead and say this is a fire bottle. So it'll be a D4.
That's 3 fire damage.
3 fire damage. Okay. So That's not enough to kill it, but the fire stays, and we're going to do the fire damage at the top of the round if you all don't kill it this round. As the burning oil is just pouring out of the sides of its mouth. It is now this shark's turn. I think it makes sense that it's going to go after Bardog for burning it, and then we'll go ahead and roll to see who else it goes after. That's going to be Slim here. All right.
Yay!
Bardog. This is random. The fire is pouring out. This shark only has half of a skull with a pistol sticking out of the other half, and that pistol again begins clicking the trigger.
The shark keeps shooting me.
I don't understand where you're getting the notion from.
Listen to the pop sounds.
Yeah, certainly, but
The shark that's on fire is still shooting bullets out of its eye hole.
That don't make no sense to me. Rock, can you break that down?
Rocket is still pushing the carcass of the
Oh
shark.
my god! It's doing
Can't see
12
nothing.
damage. I'm at -9 health. Please.
So
no.
it's doing
Your
no,
hat?
It,
Do you have your hat?
it
I
exploded
do.
twice. So it's doing 16 damage.
Oh my god.
And if you have a hat, this would be a good time for it.
Yeah, I'll lose my hat.
How are you responding to the shark shooting you? Give us a
You know how
description.
in like the Goofy westerns they like tap dance when someone shoots at their feet. I'm doing that in all of the wrong directions. I'm taking every shot.
By the time you hear the clicking of the revolver as it runs out of bullets, somehow, miraculously, Bardog is still alive. He's got holes in all of his clothing. He lifts up his sleeves and the light shines through. His hat is gone. He's got holes in the pants and everything. And he's not bleeding too profusely, shockingly.
And then they should throw the gun and have it hit him in his head.
I pull out another one.
Rodie, you are getting the ghoulish swipes here. The same thing that happened to Raka. I think it makes sense here. You were closer to the other one, and I said that there is still a rotter in there moving. So mechanically, it's coming from the one that's still alive. But we'll say that you turn your attention on the one that's alive, getting ready to reload your shotgun or do whatever you're about to do. And you just take a step the wrong way, and you take a slash from this rotter to your leg. Damage will be 3 damage as it gets a gash on you. It causes a gash.
That hurts.
All right. Bottom of the round. Who wants to go? Don't
Who's
everyone
left
speak at
on
once.
left?
Well, yeah, who hasn't?
I can
It
shoot
was
it.
top
Kid
row,
and
bottom
Turtles.
row. Yeah, it was top row, bottom row.
I already went.
I'll try to shoot it. I'll be like, damn it. I was really hoping that would work. And she just reaches back, grabs her rat rifle, and just shoots. Her
Now you should be
D4.
disarming that hand that's coming out the eye. Get a new weapon.
That probably would. I rolled a 1.
Get a new weapon.
Doesn't
That's
that mean
good.
people get aces back?
No. It's just a damage one. It's just a damage
Oh,
one. It's
yeah.
not a. I wouldn't actually
It's
do
a
something
hit.
helpful.
It is a hit. In all this chaos, with all the injuries it's taken, it doesn't seem too affected by this one. It just more of a scratch that it shrugs off in its anger and rage.
Mhm.
Well, Rodie takes his shotgun and sticks it in that big hole where that pistol is sticking out and tries to shoot whatever the hell shooting Bardog. And let's see if I can get above a 3 on my damage roll this time. 7.
7. Rodie, what does this look like as you kill this shark?
So he shoves this double barrel sawed-off shotgun just straight in, crushes the skull of the rotter in there, pokes it up against the underside of the shark's upper jaw, pulls both barrels, and blows its tiny little shark brain out.
You chum the waters. The shark collapses with a thud onto the boat. The mouth is still burning. It looks as if most of the oil is inside the belly rather than out, so you don't need to worry about the boat catching on fire or anything. Is this just smoldering? You just smell the searing of rotten seafood. You all are safe-ish for the moment. You caused quite a ruckus as this skiff is in a street. So you have buildings on either side of you, and you see that you've drawn a lot of attention from rotters inside of these like townhomes and storefronts and things like that. You see them all like fumbling at windows, reaching out. A couple of them fall into the water with a splash. Judging from like the height of the water on the buildings, it's probably about 6, maybe 7 foot deep here. So it's not incredibly deep, but it's also a lot easier to move on this boat, which is now being weighed down by 2 very large sharks with rotters inside them. I'm going to put this back to you all. What are you doing here?
I want to push this one on our side off of Rock Gut and back into the water.
I can help. I can help.
You got the one on your side, which you should disarm so that you have a better weapon.
But Slim just shot it completely inside. I don't think I can reach it anymore.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I got a little
You
overzealous.
just need to rip it open a little bit and dig in.
Killing it was the first priority, and then like we're good from
This
there.
conversation's really interesting, but anytime now, that's
Rock
great.
at one moment. Yeah, I think the weapon will still be in there, though. You just need to like rip it open.
Get him off.
Rodie's already pushing the burning shark off. He's like,
All right, I'll go push the other one off. That's on Rock Gut.
All right. We don't need checks for this. It's fine. With a team effort, it takes a couple of you. These sharks are very, very heavy and also unwieldy. There's nowhere to just grab them. If you like grab at any of their injuries, the flesh just begins to rip, as it appears that these sharks were rotten as well. You get a better look at these sharks now that they're inanimate. And you see, you were warned before taking this job. The animals in the area had turned foul. They'd been tainted by whatever curse had befallen the town. And this is your first time actually seeing the results of this curse on an animal. There are just, it looks as if the shark itself was zombified in a way. And you can see that there were mutations that were starting to happen that had not fully finished. Like in weird places, the sharks were like growing extra fins. On one side of the shark, it has 8 gills compared to like the 4 on the other side. Strange physical changes were happening, but you killed the shark before it got too far along. And the other shark had very similar changes that were happening as well. You're able to push the sharks over the side with massive splashes. You get the first one, and it actually makes it easier for the second one because the boat lilts to the side with the massive weight there. And you're able to roll it over the side. The boat kind of lurches back before balancing. Fortunately, you don't have to deal too much with the harsher effects of like waves from the storm here, as the streets block most of the awful effects of the ocean. The tides are not as strong here, and you're able to continue rowing towards the bank. Is that what you want to do?
Well, we'll row to the bank.
Like
and get the
I would say,
silver.
I would say we stay in the water for as close as we can get to the bank. That's close to the bank. Like stay here as long as we can because we don't want.
We'll just take the boat to the front entrance of the bank.
Yeah. Agreed.
Maybe it's got a drive-through. We can just.
You think that'd be so nice?
You
That'd
never
make our
know.
job a
The
lot
carriage
easier.
drive-through.
Who knows?
All right.
Yeah, that's so outlandish. But a rotter shooting a fucking gun out of an eyeball that got stabbed. Yeah, that okay.
I never said it didn't exist. I just laughed at the idea of it.
All right, now, Colonels, I've got this pistol. I've had it since a really exciting train ride. and I got some pistol slugs, and I think this pistol runs like a revolver instead of like your tiny rat pistol. If you would like to use it instead.
Oh,
And
well,
just you gotta promise, before I give this to you, you gotta promise not to just die and lose all the weaponry. For some reason, I feel like this needs to be clarified.
So you want me to you want me to swear to you
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna die?
Yeah, you're not gonna die at least within today.
I'm going to try like hell not to die today.
Okay, well then here you go. There's the pistol and there's some pistol slugs.
Well, thank you very much.
Maybe do a little bit more than 1 plink of damage a turn.
That rat rifle had taken me many places before this place.
Well,
went
out
to
with
hell.
the old, do it in with the new.
How many crackers did you shoot in the pantry with it?
We don't need to talk about that. I would prefer to never think about my time in the pantry ever again. But thank you.
All right, now I've removed pistol and pistol slugs, so you can add that to your backpack or pockets.
Is that a D6 for that shooting?
Yes, that would be a D6, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. You continue rowing, and fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, it does appear that the water is either receding or the land is higher up, in the sea level is higher as you move on. As you get about half a block away from the bank, you can actually see the intersection that'll lead you to the bank. The boat grinds to a halt as you hear the wood scraping on the cobblestone road underneath. You look over and you think the water is probably still 3-4 feet deep, but it's walkable at the very least. Or you could try to throw everything overboard and get a couple, 100 more yards maybe, if you're lucky, to keep getting the boat closer to the bank. What would you prefer?
Everything as in everything,
like all
on
of
us?
the supplies in the cargo, and then yourselves at some point as well. The boat itself had a lot of boxes and benches and rope and things like that.
We're gonna have to get rid of that stuff anyway.
How about we get out and tow the boat up towards the bank, and then if we need to load the silver on the boat, we might be able to use it like a skid, pull it out to the deeper
there
water.
You go.
I don't want to run into giant crabs again. We already fought giant sharks. And
we
it shot
did all
me.
the crabs as well.
I dealt with my crabs a long time ago. Everything should be just fine.
Yeah, but these ones killed the other one.
You should have seen what the other ones did to me, but that's all right. We'll be okay.
I certainly missed the opportunity to meet the other ones that you were traveling with.
That's a fact. You would not have wanted to meet those crabs. It would have been rude of me to introduce you to them.
You're quite. I do believe. So we're moving this here boat closer to that there bank. Is that what I am gathering?
I think we're jumping out. And
that's what we're doing.
Yes.
We're pulling it. Yeah.
Okay.
There's plenty of rope to go around. So you all secure it as best you can, lighten the boat as much as you can, and each 2 on 1 rope, 3 on another, and you begin pulling. You get another 25-30 yards before the boat begins to grind to a halt again, and you're able to pull it. And it's not hard to do. It definitely takes some physical labor. It helps that there's still enough water here. It's probably about 2 feet deep. It's coming up just past your knee with every step you take. Your boots are entirely full of water. Wet socks are beginning to blister as you push and pull on this boat. And you get your first good sight of the bank. The outside makes it look like it's a very beautiful building. It's all entirely stone. Looks like it was very well crafted. It's got stone shingles for the roof. It's just one big square, essentially. And you do see the main entrance to it. where there are two doors and sort of like a open covered area in front of it, where there are lines of rotters. They're not a mob of rotters. It looks as if they're waiting for the bank to open. And they're milling about. Occasionally, one of them just leaves the front of the line, and the rest of the line moves forward. And then you see occasionally another rotter goes to the back of the line, as if they're all trying to do their business at the bank. There are about 30 rotters here. To get past them and kill them is possible, but dangerous. You could try to create a distraction somewhere. Or you could try to look for other ways into the bank. You do have blueprints to the bank, and you know that it did not have a back entrance. So if there are other ways in, it would have to be what was caused by like the earthquakes that have happened in the meantime.
What about
I am
like
tempted just to shoot the rollers.
what about like windows and things?
I say we look around the perimeter and see what we can find.
Well, I mean, blueprint should have like the windows marked off and such.
Yeah,
If there
so
were
the
any.
windows are all on the front of this building, the same side with the main entrance, and then the other three walls are just solid stone.
Okay.
Well, I'm with Colonels. I think we need to walk around and see a building, see if we can get a better way in.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that then.
Well,
I mean,
you shoot
Cadaver, if you
them
want,
all,
you
though.
could stay out here and shoot at these fellas. That draw
I
them
did
off
that.
while we're.
I think they got me in some trouble in the last locale that I went off and tried to do a thing like that.
Well, you're pretty tough. I think you'd
The
probably be
cannery.
just fine.
I did do the cannery pretty well.
All right, so you leave your boat. It's not going anywhere unless like a major tide comes in. It's not going to float off.
Like an
and you
earthquake
begin-
that causes a giant flood.
that
or
won't
anything.
happen. It's
Okay.
only happened twice. What are the odds of a third time? You begin circling around the perimeter. I don't know how you said it. I'll try to copy next time. And
Perimeter.
perimeter. You find that the bank itself is in surprisingly good condition. Compared to the rest of the town that you've been through that's suffering from the effects of the earthquake, the bank itself structurally seems very sound. There is only one spot as you circle around that looks like it possibly could allow entrance, and that is high up on the roof. You see that there is a place where the shingles are broken, and you see just a sliver of an entrance that possibly could be widened. As you are going around the bank, you also find that there are so many rotters in this area. Whether it was the tide that pushed them all this way, or the bank itself drawing them, you have to be very careful as you're moving about not to draw their attention.
We can get up on that roof. You can use that sledgehammer of yours. Find us a
Yeah.
skylight.
Yeah, I actually have planned.
Well, my goodness. Well, let's hear
I
it.
know. I'm going to pull out the iron rooster and the 15-foot of chain and put them together like a grappling hook. Swing it around and try to throw it up.
Man, you really did
Catch
plan really
something.
far ahead. I thought you just wanted that for some weird reason.
All right, so giant metal grappling hook on
Yeah.
stone shingles to stealthily enter the bank.
Yep.
Let's do this.
In the midst of I mean, isn't it still storming?
It's not.
It is still storming. And actually,
Yeah.
that brings up a good point. The rules do say that you all get advantage on stealth checks because the storm is so bad right now.
There you
So
go.
as a GM, I guess I have to give that to you. So go ahead and make your slick check there, Cadaver Kid, to try and get the grappling hook up. And whoever has the best luck, go ahead and give me luck with advantage to see if it's heard.
I have a 0 on my luck.
I got one.
-2.
-2 as well.
Yeah.
-1.
All right,
All
Kurtles,
right,
I'm
give
the
us a luck with
luckiest one?
advantage.
Yep.
Oh,
Kind
right.
of like how Rockgut is the smartest.
Yep.
that
Can I
wasn't so
make an
good.
argument for? hmm.
I love to
13.
argue. 13. Okay, so you're throwing this thing up and you're timing it with like the thunder and the cracks of lightning. So every time you all hear the noise, you know that it's pretty much masked by the storm. Cadaver Kid, what's your argument?
Can I? Can I make an argument for at least grit? I don't have a skill that I can argue for. Can I make an argument for grit instead of slick? Because it is a heavy rooster from the top of that building. It's more of a muscle thing.
So your argument is that it takes muscle to throw?
Yeah.
My argument would be that the rules say when you throw something, you roll slick.
But the book is wrong.
Hey, yeah, Cadaver, why don't you pass that on over here to me and I'll give it a shot. I'll
Okay,
chuck
that'd
it
be
up there.
great because I'm not so good at the slick.
Slick's the only thing I'm.
This was my
Good
best
at.
idea. I was really banking on the grit.
I would have given you a skill. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't have a skill that I could argue for. I got negotiation performance. I could. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I got a 2 on the D20.
Okay.
So that was bad.
How do we want to do this?
Wow.
That was bad. I mean,
Wow.
Is this like a Benjamin Franklin moment where lightning strikes the rooster and it travels
Oh,
down the
no.
rope?
damn, Cadaver. That
Slim
no,
just
shot
discovered
lightning on the
electricity.
Because he almost killed
So
himself with lightning earlier.
I'm looking at your sheet and you have whip slinging.
Oh,
Could
that
that
could be advantage.
be an advantage?
I mean, I've got a whip, but I mean, I would know that whipping a heavy metal chain with a rooster on it is whip
It's
slinging.
a-
That's up
Well,
to
It's a wrist action.
I
was gonna
feel
say
like
it's
there's a
pretty
joke here.
similar.
there is
Whipping
definitely.
and that cock thing that you're throwing on up there.
And the wrist
I
action.
feel like it's
There
right
you
there.
That's a good point. I mean,
I don't think
guess that's
Steven
up
could
to-
have
that's up to
anticipated how
Steven.
much we brought this Iron Rooster /
If you want to whip the cock out with wrist action,
I will. I'll try to whip this cock with my wrist action. All right, let's see. Does the cock get whipped? It gets a 23.
It's a natural
You have
20,
choked
so
that
anybody who
rooster.
had aces
Natural
are all
20.
gone.
Had no
All
aces
right.
anyway.
No.
it takes a couple tries, but you get the hang of the weight of it, and you throw the weather vane up, and it arcs and it arcs, and then it lands perfectly inside that flaw in the roof. You give it a test, you pull down on it, hoping that it secures, and the chain goes taut. You put a little bit of weight on it, doesn't move. It seems like you might have a way onto the roof.
Well, all right, then let's go ahead and climb on up.
Yeah,
Nice
all right.
throw. Well
You want
done.
me to see if I can crack the roof open first, or you want to all come up at the same time?
Well, that might make a lot of noise, which might attract some of them. And if some of us
Alright.
are
We should
down
probably
here,
all be on the
Sure,
roof.
I'll be up on the
Yeah.
roof first. Fair enough.
Then maybe we can just fall down when you crack the roof open.
Yeah, I hope you don't fall down. That would be great.
I'm going to say that we don't necessarily need checks for the chain here. This is a one-story bank. So even if you fall, you're falling into knee-deep water with grass underneath. So it's not going to be too incredibly dangerous. So even if you struggle a little bit and you slide down the chain, you're able to get your footing again, and then you pull yourself up. Cadaver Kid, you said you wanted to go first, so you'll be able to go up and you'll be able to assist people as they come up. And then as you all move across this roof carefully, it's very slick up here. Along with the storm, there is this mold, or it almost looks like algae, but there's no reason for algae to be this high up. But there's some sort of growth that makes it very difficult to keep your footing, but you're able to move across okay. And as you look into the crack of this roof, you actually see a little bit of light from inside. It appears that you're looking into a boiler room, and you all have the blueprints to this bank here, which I'll go ahead and pop up for you. You can see that it's close to the front side of the bank, near the entrance. So as you're looking over the edge of the roof, you can see the line of rotters. None of them seem to really notice you up here, at least yet. But it appears that you're over the boiler room, and the boiler is still going. There is smoke inside, and it appears that the chimneys are still functional. And you see that there are rotters in here, or a rotter in here. It looks as if there are 4 people, rotters in workman's outfit, but they've been melted together into a single creature. Their torsos are all fused from who knows what. And they are still diligently working to feed this boiler, as if it's the only purpose that they remember.
Well, I was going to say new outfit, but I don't think I'm going to get that here.
No, I don't think so either.
Cadaver, would you be able to move further on down the roof and see if there's another area where you could just break through at some place a little less inhospitable?
Well, certainly, but I think a bar dog is actually the most sticky-footed out of the lot of us.
Sure, I can take a look around and see if there's another point.
Give me a sledgehammer so we can break on through.
Well,
Bardog, give me a luck test, and I'm going to say that this is going to require. It's a bank. It's very structurally sound. So I'm going to say it's going to require a 16. But I also said that if you all are trying to break in, force entry to the bank, you have advantage from the blueprints. So luck test 16 with advantage.
Do we have any audience die left?
You've got 7. You can spend up to 2 on one roll.
I'll spend 2.
All right.
Yep, that ain't gonna do it. That's a 14.
Was that with your advantage? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
All right. You go around, and the rest of the roof seems very structurally sound. If you're going to try to break through, it would require serious effort. The section over the boiler room is already weakened, perhaps by the earthquake, and you can widen it to slip through without an incredible amount of effort. But it doesn't seem that you can break in from the roof anywhere else.
Well, there's not really much. I was saving this stick of dynamite in case we couldn't get into the vault, but if we want to get in through the roof with dynamite, it'll be loud, but it'll probably work.
Maybe I'll better save that for the vault just in case.
Yeah. We should probably shoot this thing in the boiler room while we're up on the roof through this little hole first anyway.
Why do you think the boiler is so important? You think it's like keeping the bank from exploding or something?
Couldn't we just go down and just all of us just like push it like into the boiler or something? Like there's more of us than that. Just burn it. Just an idea. It wouldn't make too much sound.
Now, is this like is this a steam powered boiler or is it like a wood fired heating system?
Shoveling coal into this boiler. It says the boiler is red hot, whistling, and ominously throbbing beneath its rivets.
I don't think we ought to shoot into that boiler room because if we hit that boiler, I have a feeling it's going to explode just like you blow up a train engine. Yeah, we might get blown to smithereens.
Yeah, so shooting down there might be.
So maybe we just kind of slide down there real quiet, like while those fellas are working so hard. Just kind of slip on out into the vestibule.
We can do it. I mean, it seems pretty small, right? Like the room seems pretty tight.
Yeah, the room itself is actually looking at the map. I would say the room itself is probably like 5 foot by 10, around that size.
Okay, and the boiler thing is like right in the middle. Could we like slide to one side of it maybe and try to be all sneaky?
There's definitely a path. It's difficult. It's tight, but there is a path.
Okay, and there's the door from the boiler room into the vestibule?
It is closed right now.
Okay.
You can't tell if it's locked or.
Okay.
We can try to be all sneaky.
It works.
I love this
Okay.
plan. Let's all make sure our guns are put away though while we're in here the boiler
Yeah,
room. Just
That'd
in
be a good
case.
idea.
And hey, would we have gotten a heal after that scuffle on the boat?
How many of you are miserable?
I've been miserable for like 2 sessions. I don't know like how long miserable lasts.
Yeah. Until you essentially take time to get rid of it or address the root
Okay.
cause of it.
Gotcha.
So if you're miserable, you do not get the heal after the combat.
I am
So
not
do I
curses.
get a heal?
All right, so that's 1d4.
1d4.
I have bitters in my pocket. Can I take those to get rid of my misery?
I think Cadaver
Plus
Kid would be miserable because we did have
thought
to
they were too.
spend. There was a natural 20, like Slim rolled a nat 20, and I
Yeah.
think so.
But
we
I
might
was
have,
the one
like,
that
taken
spent
away.
the ace.
Oh, that's right in the beginning. Yeah.
I don't think the rolling of just let me pull up the raw.
Oh, it's like
I don't think-
it's being able to spend the ace when you're.
Yeah, it's spending the
Yeah,
ace,
yeah.
and I was the one that
That's
spent
what
the
stops
ace.
you from being.
Okay. Gotcha.
Were you talking about
I have
Jeff? Were you miserable
a-
before the session?
No, I was miserable at the start because I got rot 3 at the start, but then
You would have been able to spend the ace as well then, because
Okay.
the roll happened after you would have had to spend it.
Gotcha. My bad. I think I missed that.
No worries.
So we also have gin pills that let you heal D4 HP, but only while drunk. So if we have a combination of alcohol and the gin pills, we could get some healing going.
Well,
I had a
mean,
lot of brandy,
I'm a
and then it went
doctor.
all over the boat.
It's okay. I'm a doctor. I've got all the doctor's bags in the world.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm a
right.
doctor.
You had like 12 uses of the doctor's bag.
So if anybody,
As he's wearing a bloody butcher apron.
yeah. Anybody need a little patching up before we go inside?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
Rock
and
Full
good.
HP.
Yeah,
I
good.
could use a little.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, I get D6 plus my wits. So that is going to be a 3 plus 1, so 4.
I'm feeling much better now. I'm quite certain that we'll be able to take this bank out with little or no problems, probably with just the death of Curtis.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
going to attempt to take.
I'm sorry. I must have misheard you.
I get confused. You have to forgive me.
I'm feeling just fine. I don't know why you would think that I would be close to death.
What were you saying, Bardog?
I have healthful bitters that I purchased way back that I want to try to take. It says on a 3 or more, it can cure being miserable. So I'm going to try it.
All right, let's do it. We're having a
Gonna
little
share
picnic on
any
the
of that?
rooftop
Nice.
here.
That's a 4.
All right, so
You have
Bardog
more-
is no longer miserable.
Drink enough for the whole class?
Nope, I only bought the one. Sorry.
He's got a whole chocolate bar that he's just eating on his own.
Right.
Classic bar dog, only thinking about himself. Anyhow,
All right, Bardog, were you still looking to heal?
Well, the bitters put me at full, so I should be good with the 4.
The bitters, you said they cure miserable. Do they cure your HP
So
as well?
yeah, it's 1d4
Okay.
HP, and then on a 3 plus, it also cures the miserable.
All right, awesome. Sounds good. All right, so we've got our little picnic on the bank rooftop here. You're being soaked by the storm that's still raging. You see the rotters mingling about. It's kind of like people washing in a weird, macabre way. As you see these people doing what they felt was most important in their lives was apparently banking. You all
Neil-
are.
Quick clarification: this hole that is in top of the boiler room, are we able to slip through it, or do we need to widen it to slip through it? Because we're talking about stealthing through here, but are we actually able to fit it, or do we mechanically still need to widen it?
Okay, so the way it's going to work is that it is very slim, slim.
Well,
but
Slim's
it's
not going to be able to fit
possible.
because he's been eating all the turkey. But yeah, okay.
So it's going to be a luck test, and it's difficult. So a luck 14 to get through without getting caught,
Ooh.
That's not going to go well.
and that's not necessarily going to mean that it blows your cover either. It just means that you're not going to be able to go through.
Does that change our plan any? Do we want to try to widen it first
Well,
and then
I mean,
make
maybe we
noise?
should go in one at a time and determine it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The luckiest
okay.
person first.
I'll go last. I'll keep everything.
Somebody else just wait.
Oh my god! All right.
Somehow, I
sounds like
am the
Colonel's was
luckiest
chosen.
character.
Yeah. I mean, it was your plan. So, I mean, it would be wrong of us to take this opportunity away from you.
And this is how I kill Melissa a third time.
I do believe this is what I was talking about when I said Colonels might not be making it, but
Yep. Exactly right.
Well,
All right, Colonel.
We got your
give us a
back.
luck.
You go
don't
ahead.
use the pistol, please.
You got it.
I am. I like how that's
No,
what you're concerned about, not my life, whether or not the pistol goes.
I wanna
My
take that
backup
pistol
weapon,
back.
number 3.
So I'm going to preemptively say that I'm taking an audience boost on this roll for my luck. So is the audience boost a plus one to the
Plus
total? Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
nice.
Actually, 21. Actually, because I took the audience boost and I have a plus one on my luck.
It's good thing you're not playing big anymore, because you go and you put your boots through, and then before you know it, you're entirely through. You're holding on by your fingertips, and you very slowly and deftly let go. You drop down to the ground. This room is very dark. It's very smoky. It's hard to breathe in here. You have to kind of stifle a cough as you go from smelling the awful, rotten tide water to this acrid fumes. But you're able to stifle the cough. And you see the rotters don't necessarily pay any attention to you yet. If you'd like to stealth pass, that'll be a slick to get to the door. And this itself, it's a dark room. There is light from the boiler, but it's not necessarily that bright. There's a lot of shadows. So this is only a 10 to get past.
I'm assuming the idea is that I have to get out of the way so that someone else can come down.
Not necessarily. There is space that you could start to pile up here if you want.
Clearly everyone is looking at me to be the sacrificial scum here. So look, I have a 1.
You got this.
I've got the
Slick.
best
Go,
second
go,
luck.
go.
I have a -1.
You'll
So
be
yeah,
fine.
let's see how this roll goes because I rolled a 19 last time. So you know how dice luck works. 11.
11. Okay, you only needed a 10.
Hey.
What's this look like? How do you use stealth?
So she trying to look at what everything she's got. So she's got like deputy's boots that are not like particularly quiet, but she also has this like heavy wool coat. So she's like laying the wool coat down on the floor so that her boots don't squeak. And so that's what she's like stepping on top of.
Are you like shuffling the coat along as you go? Like across the room?
No, she's like taking 3 steps and then like pivoting the coat so that
Nice.
she can like take 3 more steps. She does not do it. So she's got a -1 wits. That is the whole shuffling the feet thing is someone that has a 0 or positive wit score might think of.
That's
But it works. You're able to get past this amalgamation of workers. And there's a point where you know that you're like in the clear. Because they're very much focused on the boiler and this pile of coal. You can tell this pile of coal was much, much higher, and it is now dwindling as they've been shoveling for so long. Whether they go and refill the pile or whether this is the last of it, you don't know. But after you get about halfway through the room, you feel pretty safe. You might shuffle the coat a little bit more before picking it up, and you are at the door. Do you test the door before you wait, or do you wait on your companions?
I'll wait on my companions to come down. So I just stay put and I just like give them the thumbs up and I just kind of cross my arms so it's clear that like I'm not moving any further until like she's got company.
Well, if we're letting the next highest luck go, unfortunately, I do believe that is me. Though that being said, the people that the low luck are likely to get stuck in this hole.
It's true.
Do we want? Okay, I'm happy to go next. Just FYI, here goes the sledgehammer.
We can
All
leave
right.
the sledgehammer
You
up here
can
with
leave
us.
the sledgehammer.
No, I'm not. No, that's my sledgehammer. That's not
Okay.
happening.
I mean, didn't you lend it to Bar Dog 5 minutes ago?
Well, no, I was just wanting him to go look around the roof with his not. I thought the roof would be slippery, and then I
You
was gonna
forgot.
make
You
the whole-
forgot you lent it to him, didn't you?
No. Yeah. All right, here we. Oh, bollocks. All right. Well, that's there we go. Yeah, no, the rules don't like me today. Here we are, 7.
Cadaver Kid, you go in
Get stuck after
first
all that.
half of you goes, and then your sledgehammer gets caught on a iron rebar that was supporting the roof. And you yourself, you're going through, but your sledgehammer is looped through a sling or something. And the head of the sledgehammer is just caught. And then you start to pull yourself up, and you realize it's caught that direction as well.
Well,
And this is physically very difficult because you are just holding onto your weight by your arms right now, trying to go up and down. Your legs are flailing and kicking. You've got no leverage there.
I told her she should have left that sledgehammer
Should
up
have left
here.
that sledgehammer. I think
well,
left it up there.
Yeah.
Should, should we just push down on her
You
head and
just
see if she
jump
falls
up and
through?
down on top of her. See if she gets
Is that what you're doing? Go ahead.
Okay.
Give
No.
her a shot.
I got an idea. Now
Can I
hold still.
crocodile
No,
wrestle the
I got
rebar?
an idea. Calm down. And so he's going to get down on his hands and knees right next to the
Yeah.
Cadaver Kid. And he's going to
Yeah.
pull out from one of his
Yeah.
pockets a big jar of Vaseline.
Oh
Okay.
no!
I was waiting for it to make a reappearance.
What a
Yes.
callback.
Oh my
And
god!
he's going to start taking out these little goops, and he's just going to sort of grease her up on the sides and the sledgehammer, whatever needs to get done. Okay, I think that looks pretty good right there. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
okay.
I'll let you decide here. If you
Yeah.
want to, you're giving her advantage on this check and she can make it again. If you want to delete the Vaseline, use the entire jar, no one has to make luck checks from here on out to get through.
Okay.
They just all
yeah, that's fine.
squeeze right
Of
through.
course. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Artham's a fairly rotund fella, so I'm pretty sure I wasn't going to make it through that hole to begin with. Yeah, I'll use it all. That's fine.
All right. So this Vaseline is just being smothered across the hole in this roof. Just
You were good.
handfuls and gloms of it.
How
I'm gonna
old
miss
is that
you.
stuff?
I don't know. I feel all smooth and glossy now.
And he's going to let the
Too
water's just
shiny.
going to run right off you, too. You'll see.
Yep.
You're all
Artham's just,
hydrophobic now.
leaving the empty jar of the Vaseline just on top of the roof and just sort of looking at the empty jar as he climbs down.
You were a good jar. I miss you.
It's
He
your will.
slips through.
All right. So with that, Cadaver Kid, you slip through easily, and then the rest of you are able to follow behind. However, you do all still have to stealth past this amalgamation, which will be slick, and again, DC 10, because it's rather dark in here.
Mother pus buckets. I rolled a 3 for a total of 6.
You guys don't like us so much.
I mean,
today.
good God. I can't get above a 5 on a D20.
Yep, that would be an 8 on mine as well. I might go get some real dice in a second here.
Raka, how'd you do?
11.
11, Bardog, 10, 12. All right. We'll say the people with successful stealth checks went first. Raka and Bardog, you glide across the room almost as if you've been lubricated recently. You just effortlessly slide across and join your good friend Medvin Kirtle's Myrtle Mosca.
No.
And then Cadaver Kid, you are the first to fail. What is it that draws the attention of this amalgamation with Slim right behind you?
Well, let me see here. I think I still have my all this
Oh, no.
Vaseline on my sledgehammer slips right through my fingers. Oh,
Yes, excellent.
and the head of that giant metal head just rocks into the concrete of this floor.
The sledgehammer slips through and and it just vibrates. The shaft of the sledgehammer, it just lets off that tuning fork sound. And the amalgamation, there are 4 of these workers. 2 of them are holding shovels right now. and they both turn, and 4 heads twist and contort to look at the 2 of you. Let's go into initiative. The 3 of you who passed your stealth checks are automatically succeeding on initiative here. So you get to go in the first round. So just Slim and Cadaver Kid, give me the D6.
Be a 3.
4.
All right. So Slim, let's start with you because they see you first. Cadaver Kid, you're the only one who failed your initiative here. You're behind Cadaver Kid, Slim. You see the sledgehammer fall. You know it's going to draw their attention. What are you doing here?
Well, for a moment there, old Rodie looks at Cadaver Kid and thinks, I can take my bullwhip and pull her down on top of the 4 of them and probably walk on over her corpse. But, well, damn, that just seems sort of rude. So he will strike out with his bullwhip at this amalgamation, trying to disarm them, trying to pull the shovel out of one of their hands.
All right, that's a great idea. Let's call this it's your bullwhip. So let's say slick.
And I do have whip slinging, so can I get an advantage on that?
Absolutely, you can.
Because based on my rolling tonight, I am desperately going to need it. I got a 15 and a 19.
All right.
Where was that a minute ago? Who knows? I don't know.
Sorry, just reading real quick. All right, we'll say that you're able to grab both of the shovels out of their hands. I'm going to decrease the damage dice on this amalgamation there. So if it hits someone, it's going to hit for a smaller die size. Awesome. Okay, so the 3 of you who passed your stealth, this is all happening lightning fast, but you all were prepared. You were all watching it happen, so you all see the moment it turns bad, just the same as Slim. How are you all responding?
If you have something, go ahead. I had a weird idea, so
Mine's also potentially weird. I was going to try and like shoulder check or shoulder slam them toward the mouth of the boiler.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. So we'll say that this is a grit for like melee.
Okay. And would Aikido or Donkey Kong play a role in this somehow?
I remember this Donkey Kong level.
I think this is pretty Donkey Kong.
Mario has a wrench or something in the original Donkey Kong game, doesn't he? Something like that. And it says these amalgams also have wrenches. So yeah, let's go with Donkey Kong.
Okay. Well, that's an 11.
Unfortunately, not enough. You go and you shoulder check them, and you had a running start, and you get a solid hit, but it's 4 people that are fused together. And the weight, it's just the ratio is too much for you to overcome, even with the momentum. They go a couple steps back, but then all 8 legs brace themselves against your 2.
And I'm
you're
Vaselined, so I slide
face
right
to
on
face. Yeah, you slide right past, and you're face to face with one of these rotters. It's covered in soot, but it's got these eyes that just pierce through. The whites of the eyes catch the red glow of the boiler, and it looks as if the flame is in the eyes. Curdles or Rotka, what are you doing?
Go ahead, Rocket.
So Arthur will try to follow up a little bit on what Bardog was doing, and he'll try to like race in behind him and see if he can kind of wrap that heavy chain like around them, or at least some portion of them, and around the boiler, and see if he can just sort of like knot it off a little bit, tie it off a little bit, just to get them stuck to it. Because we can always just leave the room if we could do this.
Yeah. I think this should count as grit as well.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Let's see. None of my skills pretty much apply, unless fire magic applies, because it's a boiler room.
There's fire.
There is a fire nearby. It inspires him.
It's the last session. Take it.
Good, because I need it. That was a bad roll. Nat 20. There we go. Natural 20.
Nat 20. Everyone loses their aces.
Don't have
not
any.
me.
We didn't have any, so.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Don't you gain an ace because you rolled a 20 unless you want a skill?
Not with
not
the level
rot
1.
level. Yeah.
Oh, JK.
All right. So
But I can get
what's
one,
this
right?
look like then, Rockgut?
I can get one though, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because you rolled the 20, don't you pick a
'Cause-
think or get an ace?
I think
right?
Yeah, does that
I can get
rule
one.
go away? Just because
when
we have Rod, do
yeah,
we not
no,
learn
you
stuff?
still can get an ace. You are correct. My bad.
All
Or a
right.
skill.
I'll take the ace. I'll take the ace. Okay. So as Bardog tries to push them and they like brace themselves and they're standing like right in front of the boiler, he'll just pull the chain out, let it drop, and then he'll kind of whip it around one side and he'll use his Vaseline to slide past everybody because it's a very tight quarters, and then grab the other side as it whips around, like he's putting garland on a tree, and then he just sort of tightens it, like kind of slides one of the chain links to the other, and just best he can. It's a chain, so he's not tying a knot, but he's doing whatever he can to kind of like complicate it just to keep them stuck to it.
Yeah, you get it coiled and it knots in on itself, like not a knot, but like the chains like catch on themselves as they are wont to do. Curdles, you see this is happening. You see that it's mostly being contained now between Bardog slamming into it, Rocket going around with the chain. What are you doing?
If that appears to be contained, can I just try to open the door so that we can all get out of here?
Yeah, you want to check to see if it's unlocked?
Or just kick it open?
I'm sorry, I'm just being a jerk. The door opens. It's unlocked. It's just a like maintenance closet style door. So you grab the handle and you push open, and there's actually a bit of resistance as water begins to flood into the boiler room. It appears that this vestibule that you are now opening into was partially flooded with water. Not a ton. It is probably about 6 inches on the floor, and it starts to just flow into the room. As light also comes into the boiler room. Not a lot, but it appears that there were still lanterns that were on in this vestibule as well. So that is now the creature's turn. It makes a single attack here, and we're going to say that it's either against Bardog or Raka, and you're both whoever it hits is going to have advantage to avoid it because it is tangled up. Bardog, makes sense that it's you as you're circling around, you're pulling the chains. One of these amalgams grabs a wrench from the ground and tries to swing it down. This amalgam, not one of these amalgams, this amalgam grabs a wrench and swings it down, and you get advantage on this grit check. Did I say Bardog? I meant Rocket.
No.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we both made a face because you said his name and then you said doing the chain.
Describe what you were doing. I'm sorry.
I saw Derek's face. I did the same thing.
We became our own amalgamation.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go.
I saw the faces and I'm like, wait, what did I mess up?
We're now
That's
bar
amazing.
good.
Okay. 16 plus 2, 18.
18. Easily avoid it.
I had a nat 1 on the other one if it makes you feel better.
The arm is pinned down and it's just uselessly flailing this wrench. We're at the bottom of the round. Cadaver Kid, you're the only one to have not gone yet. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to pull out my fat cat hunting rifle and try to shoot at it.
Wait, I thought we weren't shooting guns in the boiler
the
room.
boiler
I
and
thought
a
that
loud
was not a
sound.
thing.
Oh,
I thought that was not.
all
thought
right.
we
No,
weren't
you
doing
already
that.
called it.
We
You
don't
already
know if
called
there's
it.
other ones in there. And there might be more in
you
there.
know
We see
what?
the gun coming out,
I
and we're all like,
think-
"What are you doing? What are you doing?"
I think
Just-
this is the best option. If I get blown up in here, you guys have the door open, so you know.
We're
Kipser
all
is
in
so
here
trigger
too.
happy
though.
in this game.
That's not going to go very
You shouldn't
well.
have given her that rifle.
Close
Steve.
enough, right? You guys got
Ugh.
that distance.
Technically, I didn't give it to her. The NPC had it and you all let her loot him.
And
I got the door open.
That's
We can all go out the door.
What's your
Yeah,
damage,
you can.
Kipser?
Sorry. This would be considered a rotter.
No, it is not.
Oh, okay, fine.
It is made of rotters, but it is not a rotter.
Is the material not then the essence of the final
I'm going by the
product?
Getting
name.
into
Boiler
the-
room amalgam.
No ship of Theseus, please.
It's a 3 on damage.
3. Give me a luck test.
All
And you
right.
need a 14.
I'm going to take an audience +1, please, Melissa.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to kill everybody. I'll be the only one that lives.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I'll
What
be
do
an
you
8.
do? Why are you shooting in the boiler room?
What'd you get?
Okay, so I am
What was the number?
technically a
A 7.
factory. Hold on. I am technically hold on. I am technically a factory worker, which means I'm very used to boiler rooms. And one of my skills is napping in the boiler room, which I usually perceive to be good at ignoring noises. But I am used to boiler rooms, so maybe I should have advantage on that luck check.
I mean, your skill specifically has boiler
It
room,
does-
so
It
anything involving a
specifically has
boiler
boiler
room
room in
should
it.
be advantage, clearly.
But the skill
'Cause
was
if-
napping.
No, I think it's boiler room.
We're
The
about to
skill
take a
seems
dirt
to
nap,
be
you see,
Take
so
advantage,
it's
take
boiler
advantage.
room. There we go. There's a 12, which is a 13 with the +1, but unfortunately is still
It's
one
not quite the
below.
14 that you needed.
Yeah.
You could take
All right.
2 and you could get to 14.
That's retroactive.
I let Mel do a
Ah.
retroactive before. You can
All
do it.
right,
if you
I
want.
will do a retroactive +2 instead of a +1.
Only because
Thank
it's
you,
the finale can you
audience.
use them retroactively, and our audience is so kind. All right.
All right. I won't kill all my friends.
You
What a finale,
really
though.
don't even do that much damage to this amalgam. You blast one of them. You hit them in the fleshy part. I guess it's entirely fleshy at this point with its fused together. You hit an arm, and it mobilizes that arm, but there's still 7 others that are flailing about. And the sound echoes through this boiler room, echoes throughout the vestibule, and the amalgam begins pulling and thrashing against the chain, but it is secure. It's the top of the round. I'll give you all a choice here. Are you trying to get out of the boiler room, or are we going to roll initiative again?
We're getting.
I'm
Leaving.
leaving.
Come on.
Rodie,
come on,
Rodie
come
just
on.
whispers
All
into
right, all right.
Cadaver. He's like, Cadaver,
Yeah?
you take a shot like that again in a situation like this with me behind you, I'm going to put this hunting ear right in your ear.
Oh, really? Is it to help?
It'll help me a hell of a lot.
All right. I will take off to the door as well, I suppose.
All right. The group,
not
you
shoot again.
go out the door, you
Steven.
close. Yeah,
Really quick, is there a shovel I can grab on my way out since I'm leaving my
Absolutely. absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna leave my chain behind then since they're chained to it.
Yeah.
Replace it with a shovel.
Look at the sacrifices you have made for the party. Sacrifice the Vaseline and the chain, but you
Yeah.
gain a shovel.
And I saved
And-
Bardog when I could have very easily murdered him without having anyone notice. He says out
Yeah.
loud.
That is
Is
That
that a
is-
sacrifice?
I am a god of lightning now.
Not really.
I can summon
Anyway.
lightning on command.
Do it.
Is there
Do not
Is
make
there
me
any
open
way-
this with everyone.
Are you well done? Can you shut the hell up so I can close the door?
Colonel
Is there-
slams the door shut.
Already
Can I
done with
take
the
my
bullshit.
rifle to try to kind of bar this door?
Absolutely. There's also
Okay.
a dozen stanchions as well that are nearby if you would like to use one of those.
Yeah, it works too.
All right, so you all pour into this vestibule. The water is pooled up. It appears that there's a leak in the roof somewhere, and it doesn't drain. It doesn't appear as if it was coming through the front door or anything from the tides. There are heavy stone walls, and the tile floors are slick underneath you. The water is filthy as can be, but as you splash through, it becomes thinner, and you can see that there were frescoes of ocean motifs tiling the floor. The walls are painted with grand murals. One of them you all recognize, the Flight of the Whaleman. You've been hearing a lot about the whaleman, so it sticks out in your minds. There are also other paintings that of Stubbs Head County shows of solidarity and triumphs from times long past. Moldering stanchions give an eerie liminal quality, as if this place has been deserted for some time.
Hey, everybody, I put a station in the door so it won't move.
That's a fantastic idea. I don't know. I think we could take a vote here, but let's just get onto the damn vault, get the silver, and get the hell out of this town.
Agreed.
So there is a teller's line, just a counter that runs dividing this vestibule in half. It's got painted glass and fine steel bars. The desks and stalls are all in a row. There is a door that leads behind that is unlocked as well. You try it and you're able to easily get through. Whale oil lantern sconces are on the walls. Most of them are actually still lit. There's a couple that aren't, but you see that they're still full of oil. As you're behind the teller's line, you do see that there is also a common safe. It is locked.
We don't need
Yeah,
to
with the
bother with
safe.
that, right? We're getting way more in there than right. I'm gonna take a lantern because apparently I am in front, so I have
think
a
I'll grab
lantern.
one too, so we got more than one of them.
All right.
There are 3 doors that lead out of this teller's line. One of them looks to be fairly secure and reinforced. And then 2 others look like they're just regular old office doors. One of the doors has a sign that says Vault Marshal's Services.
That appears to be the door that we're going. It is the middle of the doors. That seems to be going in that direction.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you all
power
are
supply.
behind the teller's line. And you know from looking at the blueprints that the central door leads to the offices. You know there's a safety deposit room. And then you also can clearly see the door with the sign that says Vault Marshal
Yeah.
Services. Artham, you said you wanted to listen at the door for Vault Marshal Services,
Yeah.
right?
So I just want to give a listen first and see if I can hear anything moving about inside.
Let's call that wits.
Okay. Well, now we're talking 19. I rolled an 18, so
Nice.
plus
19.
1. Plus my only
Nice.
positive wits.
You do hear things inside. It appears that there's movement of some sort. It feels like the random sort of shuffling of a rotter inside. You hear paperwork being shuffled around. The boots like dragging on the tiled floor. But then you also hear a tapping that's more rhythmic and actually feels intentional, almost as if someone is like tapping on an iron bar just to play a song, just to pass the time, maybe.
Sounds like the marshal's inside, and he's got someone all up in the cell, because a lot of these places have their own personal cells and such. Now we could go in guns blazing, see if we can get ourselves a key or something to help move through some of these other places. What do you think?
But they might also take offense to the task that we are about to undertake, and they might be not helpful to us.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
did you
but-
misunderstand the guns blazing part?
Well, as long as you're all
Oh, I
not going
missed
to
that
yell
part.
at me again about
All right.
Am I opening doors again? Is this my assigned
Okay.
job now? I open doors.
Ready to go.
Yep, I got my rifle.
Yeah, let's go. This one probably doesn't have an exploding boiler in, so I think we can save the fire.
Well, as long as you stop yelling at me.
Give me an order here of who's opening the door and who's going in first.
Medvin is kicking the door with
All
her.
right, and you're going in, and
grit.
who's following behind?
Seems like Cadaver and Rotgut are ready
Yeah.
with the guns.
I'm
Yeah.
also ready.
Rodie's behind Cadaver with a hunting knife, just considering.
Just to encourage her.
All right, so we'll go Curdles, Rocket, Cadaver, Bardog, or Rodie, and then Bardog. Okay. I'm saying this because I'm not going to make you roll initiative. Curdles, you kick the door down. It occurs to you after you effortlessly break the door off its jams that maybe it was unlocked. But then you step in with your, you said your pistol? Or are you using your rodent rifle?
I was given a pistol, so I will
All right.
utilize the pistol.
You briefly take in your surroundings here, and you see it's very much like Arthur predicted and like the blueprints showed that there is a cell in here, and there is someone in that cell just tapping along. You kick the door and they immediately panic and they start backing up with movements that look like they're not fully a rotter, although you can see that there is some of the sickness on them. You look around and you see that there are 4 guards in these plain brown uniforms. Each one has a service gun or pistol that's been impaled in their arm, with the handle is in the back, and then the actual pistol barrel comes through the palm. Why that happened, you don't really know, because you're already shooting instead of asking questions. What's your damage?
I need to roll my damage. So that is a D6. 4.
4. You blast one of them, and it's a solid hit. But these rotters, they don't seem as bloated or as rotten as some of the other rotters. It appears that they were fairly well protected here in the bank, and their body hadn't decomposed in the same amount. So you get a solid hit, but it's not enough to kill one. Raka, you are coming in behind, and you. Sorry, that's what she said. I couldn't help it. Raka, you. I didn't mean it. It just. You step in with your gun. Roll your damage.
Okay. All right.
Where he
here we
closes
go.
the door behind Curdles. I think that was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, there's more than I thought were in there.
Go ahead.
It's kind of a small room for there to be so many people. Okay. Here we go. 5 plus 1. That's 6 points. It'll be on the same one that Medvin's shooting.
Okay, that's enough to kill, which triggers a splatter chain. We haven't had one of these in a couple sessions.
Okay.
So keep the guns going.
And so he'll keep shooting. That's a 6. That's 7 on this next one.
7 is exactly what you need.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And then one more. I swear to God, dude. Another 6. See? Right there.
All right.
You never believe me.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7 more.
There's one more.
Okay, here we go. Come on. No, but I did get 6. I rolled a 5 plus 1 is 6, but it's not a 6.
Not enough.
Yeah.
So you finish off the one. You pop, take 2 more out immediately with trained killer instinct. Trained instinct. That makes sense. Cadaver Kid, you are the next one in the room. Go ahead and finish this guy off.
That is a 4 plus 2 for it being a rotter for 6.
All right, that's enough because it was already weakened. You go through, and this guy was already, we'll say Raka shot him in the neck, and he was already weakened. He was doubled over. You come in with the hunting rifle, the fat cat, and you easily dispatch him, finishing him off. That's when the group of you turn your attention to the person that is in the cell, who at first was frightened by the shock of this, someone bursting in and the guns blazing. But when they're not immediately killed, you see that they calm down a little bit. Oh, well. And you find yourself looking at a androgynous looking individual. They're wearing a nice 3-piece suit, but they have rather long hair that's not, it just comes down flat. They definitely have signs of rot, especially on their face, but they're not fully a rotter. Like I said, there's still control in their movement. Well, I've been looking for my way out, and I appreciate y'all coming. Oh, Artham.
I beg your pardon. Do I recognize him?
Not in the slightest.
Oh, how you doing? And I shoot him in the face.
Roll damage.
Sorry. Not a good man. I swear to God, it's another 6. I swear to God. There it is.
Does that explode?
I don't know if the gun explodes. It was spit and whistle that I'm using.
Spit and whistle does explode. Yes.
Okay,
So go ahead
so
and roll
then
again.
it's 7 plus.
Oh
7
my
is not
gosh.
enough to kill.
Jesus
this person.
Christ, man. I'm not lying. I know it
Well,
sounds like I'm lying. I'm really not.
You know, look,
I swear to you.
I rolled a lolly too.
Okay.
I just rolled a lolly. Oh, look,
I don't have
rolled
lollies on
another
these.
lolly. Oh, look, I rolled another
It's
one.
12, 16. Total of 17 points of damage.
17
my
points of
gosh.
damage. How are you killing them?
I'm just shooting him in the face really fast.
Yeah, you shoot them in the face. They fall over immediately. Their face is already rotten. So like the injury just kind of like blends in a little bit. They collapse onto the cot right there. And as you turn around to look at your companions, you see that there is a wanted poster of yourself on the wall behind you. It says Arthur Rockgut Holler wanted for spectacular arson.
Oh,
That's a mighty good likeness of you there, Rocket.
They got your nose wrong, though.
I think I lost some weight since we've been here, though. You think about it. Okay. Anyhow, I wasn't going to split it with them, so we're all okay with that, right?
Well,
I
Oh,
expressed
yeah.
my concerns
Absolutely.
about what might happen. So yes, you have
my mind was
allayed
filled
any
with backup
concerns I had.
character, but it's all good.
I mean, everyone was alive. So just shut up. His head's going to go down.
Well, I'm going to check these little police officer marshal types with keys or whatnot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. You go through and you find that they all have a ring of keys that all appear to be like office keys. And one of them looks to be a little bit more specific, like it's a vault key. You know, it wouldn't be to your vaults. Likely it's to the safe deposit room.
And we got safety deposit keys and a bunch of other ones as well.
Well, let's just get to the vault, see what's in there first before we decide whether or not we need anything else. If all that silver's
Agreed.
there, we may barely be able to get that out of here, let alone anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
You make your way out of the vault marshal services through the teller line again and then into the offices. The offices are just rows of desks and chairs, waterlogged carpets. They've all been left abandoned. In some places, they're oddly neat, as if they've not been touched. But you know that the office behind is the investment suites where you need to go to get to the vault. This door is locked, but you're able to use one of the keys from the marshal to unlock it easily. It just takes a few moments, just trying to find the right key on the ring. And you open up the door to find a fine office, rather like a smoking parlor, for those with more money than modesty. There's portraiture and murals depicting the founding of Dredge Upon Rock and the cruel visages of the most elder statons of antiquity. A capstan is in the center of the room under glass labeled the Whaleman's Might Unsinkable. You know that this would be the wheel that was used to steer the infamous Whaleman's Might, the ship that landed here and sank here and founded Dredge Upon Rock, essentially. You are not alone in this room, however, as you find the bank manager. It's the only person you could imagine that this would be. They're dressed so immaculately and so perfectly, and yet they are fully given over to the rot. You see the label on the desk is Grosswald Finale, and this man is a tall man. He had well-kept hair, but it's now wild and unruly, and he has two leather bags in his hands that are manacled to his arms. You see the chains are wrapped around as if he's played with these manacles for some time, and they just continue to get knotted and knotted even more. He looks over at the noise and, I did nothing wrong. I tried to stop him. With that, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. Everyone give me a D6.
I'm going
Bardog with the 1. Cadaver Kid with 6. Rocket with 5. 2 for Curdles.
2 for me.
2. All right. Cadaver Kid and Rockgut, you two go first. As he lets go of these leather bags and they drop to the ground and the chains begin to unfurl and unwind.
Oh, that seems bad. I'm going to shoot him in the face now.
All right, let's do it. It's an easy shot. Give me your damage.
It's always the best place.
He's not rotter enough to
He is
count
not
as a rotter.
a rotter.
Yeah,
he is a rotter, but he doesn't count as a rotter.
Yeah. That'd be a 6.
6, that's a solid hit. Your rifle blasts a chunk into them and ruins his very finely crafted suit.
That could have been a new outfit.
You blast him back and the momentum like staggers him, but then he pulls back and he starts lifting an arm and he begins lifting the chain as well, and it begins swinging and spinning. Rockgut, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow suit, give him a shot in the face or so. It's a 4.
4. That's still a solid hit. Between the two of you, you've done quite a bit of damage. But it's not enough to put him down, as everyone in the vicinity here, he begins swinging these bags, these leather bags. You hear the clinking of metal of the chains. It also sounds as if there's silver in the bags as he swings them around and just swings them at the doors and across the entire office. Everyone needs to give me a slick here. And it's DR 10.
That's
Oh,
a
that's
6.
good.
I'm going to use my ace that I got from my nat 20 to reroll. I failed.
All right.
You're making me miserable. All right.
Well, you tried to blow me up at a boiler room, so I feel like we're even.
Fair enough.
All right. So who failed? Just Curdles?
It
Just Curdles.
might appear that way.
Curdles, you're taking 5 damage as one of these leather bags hits you in the face, and you get a face full of silver. The bag empties a little bit, and the rest of you see silver coins that like clink down. As this just massive weight smashes into you. How you doing? Do you have a hat?
That's a -1. No, I don't think I got the hat back last time. Like, because I think I used the hat, and I'm pretty sure I failed the luck to get it back.
Okay.
Here we
So
go.
that's a
another
-1. Give me the death check.
character.
I should
Here
know
we
this by now. What the
go.
hell is the death
You
check
roll a
again?
d20 and you subtract your HP.
I rolled a 1.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
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 Are you
Here we
fucking
go.
kidding me?
Next Melissa
Jeez.
character.
Oh,
Gonna get yelled
wow.
at by his wife again tonight.
He,
Oh, God.
the rules as written. She had to die 3 times in
It's true.
to being.
I wrote it down.
See?
I wrote it down.
Success. Success.
What does this look
Well,
like
at
as you're
least I
killed by a
didn't
bag
lose
of
the
money?
pistol.
So
The Monopoly
I would
man.
say, like, she's like, this pistol is new to her, and so she's like kind of trying to like get the pistol out and like kind of do whatever she needs to do to like get it ready to shoot, and so she like doesn't even like see it coming, and it's just like slow motion. It's just like smacks her upside the head, and she did not at all see it coming.
Not at all. Medvin goes flying back. The rest of you don't even have time to check on her as more bags of coins are swinging wildly. Bardog and Slim, that's just you two then. What are you two doing?
Slim will take a step in closer, try to get inside the chains with his double barrel shotgun, and he's going to try to blow this fella's head square off.
All right, roll your damage.
6 on 2d4.
6 is a solid hit. And you blast and you just shred one of his arms, and it hangs there limp. One of the bags kind of like falls down. He's still swinging the other one, but he's lost a lot of mobility there. Bardog, what are you doing?
I'm going to use my trusty long rifle, my bolt action long rifle, and I'm just going to shoot him and hopefully kill him.
If you get a 4, you are taking him down.
Okay. How about a 7? Nice. I thought that was a
He
1.
said 4. Come on.
I thought it was a 1.
It's a bit
Give us a
overkill.
description. What's this look like, Bardog?
I want to shoot his arm in such a way that as he's swinging that chain around, like his arm gives out and the chain wraps around his neck and just kind of squeezes his head.
Nice.
Nice.
And the neck crushes and crumples and then snaps as the momentum of the chain goes flying, and it pulls his body to the side as well, and he just crumples to the ground. He's very clearly dead. The rest of you assess your injuries. You all made it out without a scratch. You're all fine. And then you look over and, oh, wait. Medvin is on the
Oh.
ground, and her neck looks to be at an awful bad angle.
I told you the Curdles was not long. And to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I don't even remember meeting her. I was eating some turkey and she just showed up. Didn't last
So-
long though.
Well,
I was curious. Could
I
I try to
lose my pistol?
kickstart her heart with the old lightning watch?
I mean, I
No.
did say
Motley Crue
her neck
style?
is broken.
Yeah, I guess there's
And it's a
no-
watch that holds lightning, and there was a shark that shot a gun at me. I want to Motley Crue her heart, if it's
Well,
possible.
I-
I'll get rid
I
of the
don't know
item
Motley
if we
Crue
can.
kicks-
I
Start
think
the
you're going to have to
heart.
do a little bit more Dr. Frankenstein of fixing the body before you can shoot it with electricity.
Bardog,
Give me a-
I just want to point out that with her gone, the split on the silver is a little bit more advantageous for the rest of
Yep.
us. I'm just
That's
saying.
a fair point, but she was helpful to us and did a couple of things that I don't remember. I'm not making a good argument for her, but I'm pretty sure she did something.
She
I say we
opened
put a couple of
doors pretty
silver
well.
pieces on her eyes to let her go on to the great
Well,
rest of her
We could just
silver.
bring the body
we
with
don't
us
need
for a
to
little
waste
while.
silver like that.
Make
We
sure
could
she
just say a couple words.
sees it.
That's
A
a
couple
couple
of
of
If
copper-
you want to
copper
use
pieces?
your morning watch to electrocute her, I will let you do it. You can choose whether wits or luck, and you will need an 18.
So a 0 or a -1. Okay.
I mean, clearly the 0.
Yeah, clearly. Right, of course.
We do have 3 audience boosts left. You could use up to 2 of them.
Let's not get crazy. We're just gonna do a flip.
We still got to get into that vault.
Yeah, we gotta hedge our bets.
Maybe.
We're just-
maybe not.
We're just gonna do it.
So
Oh man, so close.
Oh my!
So
If
close.
you had used the audience dice,
The audience dice would
I
have
did
done
say you
it.
could use them
Wow.
retroactively this session.
You're
I'll put it
you're
up
just
to a
gonna
vote.
have to live
we
with
use
that
it-
choice.
Take everyone's
This is
aces.
so much
Didn't
better.
take the dice.
Yes.
Are you using the audience die?
I'll put it up to a team vote if we're allowed to use it retroactively.
I think
We've
that's
done
up
it
to
twice
Colonel's.
this session.
Up to Melissa. Yeah.
I'm fine with my neck being broken.
Okay.
Okay.
It's fine.
I say we just
All right.
float her away in
So-
the water like a Viking burial, and
Yeah, there you go.
Fire
Well,
later.
hold on. That means we have to light her on fire then.
I can take
later
care of
on the
that.
way out. On the way
I'll
out.
take care
It'll
on
be
the
an
way
excellent
out.
distraction because the riders will be all over her then.
Exactly. We got to get in that dang vault now.
All right.
Got to
Let's
quit
go.
wasting time.
And speaking of which, directly behind Brosvald's body, not Curdle's, that's the opposite direction. You need to look forward, not backwards. Looking forward to the vault, there is the vault door, and you know that there is a combination needed to open this vault door. Your employer, who Slim was very good at protecting, which is why they're not here anymore, had the combination and gave each original member a number to that vault. So Curdle's was not an original member, so I don't believe they would have shared a number with you. The rest of you, though, are. So that means you have 4 of the 6 numbers to get into this vault. To crack the vault, you need to roll a DR18 wits or luck with a +2 for each known digit. So you're getting +8 here. And because you found the blueprints, whoever does this will have advantage because you have schematics that detail this vault door.
Anyone
Rock
have better than
Wits.
anyone have, yeah, I have 1 wits. Does anyone have better luck?
0 luck.
No.
Okay.
Negative
Your
2
lucky
luck.
person just ran out of
Yeah.
luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So advantage +4
+8.
+8.
+8 plus my normal 1, so that's 9. So +9 and advantage. Okay.
All right,
First
so you're
roll.
looking for a 9.
Not 90-20 on the first roll. Boom.
Nat
Holy
20. All right.
shit.
You see it? There we go.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
Don't even
All
need
right,
it.
nat
Let's
20.
go.
Okay.
That's an ace.
You gaining an ace too?
It's gonna. I might as well.
So
Yeah.
Rockgut just goes up to the vault and just like spins it.
Damn.
Doesn't even look at it. He's looking at the rest of you, spins it, and spins it back a bit, spins it one more time, and then it just clicks. He pushes down the spinning handle, and it just freely rolls, and then the vault opens wide. You find yourselves looking at the inner vaults, the upper vaults, according to your schematics here. In front of you is a bolted iron door with a state-of-the-art lock to the Stainton vault, but you have the key. You gained it from the cannery. Along the floor of this vault, upper vault, is 87 silver just scattered around, scraps left behind by the early bird scavengers. And you find some of those scavengers. There are 3 corpses, looters that were too slow to outrun Grosvold's bags. A message in blood on the door to the Stanton vault reads Chowder, Chowder, leading you to believe that these looters may have been from the Chum Union. You open that door with the key to find yourself to find stairs that go down into the deep, dank dark. It's a deep crevice into the earth, into boot-deep water. And you're fortunate that it's not flooded more with all of the storm surges that have been happening. There is a room that's littered with 500 ancient coins, surrounding a deep well into even deeper waters. Chains from the ceiling reach down into the Hadean depths. And you realize that these chains are actually controlled by the capstan, the ship's wheel up above. One of you goes back and you spin the wheel. The chains rise. You hear the groaning and the creaking. The water drips down off of each chain as you realize it's getting closer. Finally, you're so close to the silver. And up on an heavy iron trunk reveals itself on this platform being pulled up. The trunk is sealed shut and can only be opened with the key carried by your good friend, the patriarch of the Stanton's Begrig. It takes a couple tries to figure out which key actually opens the trunk, but you've got the time, and it flips open. The silver glow emanates. 44,000 at least silver. Coins of antiquity tarnished with verdigris and the scowling visages of ancient whaler ministers. Each coin embossed with a motto lost to time, solidarity amongst sailors, abroad and aboard. There's a few dozen pieces of correspondence half buried in the coins from the families left behind by the whaleman's might, the faded scrawling of many a dockworker's brogue and broken grammar, each giving kind words and well wishes, as well as hopes for how these coins will secure prosperity for all those who have truly earned it. You grab the coins. There's no tricks, traps here. We're going to say that you're able to make your way out of the entrance. You find your way back to your skiff. You have to drag it along. You have almost 50,000 silver by the time you accumulate everything. You have to make your way across the heavy seas. It's difficult. The storm is raging fiercer than ever, but you make your getaway. How you choose to spend this? As you're going through this trunk, you realize, along with this correspondence, there are actually very strict records and bookkeeping of all of the families that are owed a percentage and share of these coins.
Well, I don't know the math, but if they get a little bit and we got the 4s and the 4s, we could just give them like the 2 section of that, right? So we'll just put like 2 in here, and that makes sense, right? Because it's a good amount of the 4.
How big is that percentage that they're getting there? Like how
the amount that they were owed, aside from the Stanton family's cut, would be about 95% of it all.
Oh. 95%, huh? Oh, we just lost Slim.
Well, I think we only need to split it 3 ways.
95% of 44,000.
As long as I can start my zoo, I think we're all right.
Do we believe, do we have any reason to believe we're going to be cursed and such? Like, I think that's the implication, but
that's what I was thinking too. Like, you guys gonna do some kind of ritual on this to get rid of the hex
time to do the
whole
It's
town?
very clear that
we have
the
2
silver was
elemental
meant to
gods
go to
here.
It's very clear the silver was meant to go to the families of Dredge Upon Rock, and judging from all the newspaper articles you've read, the silver was hoarded by the Statons instead. So whether that means you would take a curse or not, that's up to you to risk.
Are any of the families left though with this rotting?
You would absolutely be able to track down descendants. Yes, how many of them would still have people? It's hard to tell, and it would be a lot of work, but it is possible.
I don't know about y'all, but I think perhaps we just accidentally drop all of these documents over the side into the water and make our way off into the sunset with the silver. Because I didn't see no members of any of these families here dealing with all this shit to get this money.
It specifically says those who earned it, and I like to think that we very much earned it. I didn't see anyone else getting in that vault.
That's a fact. Ain't none of these family members come and earn none of this silver.
Yeah. They tried to kill us too.
Earned it, but I think I can. Well, for my part, once I start my zoo up, I'll just split whatever's remaining. I think because they only need like the twos and the bits here and there, right? So I'll just put a few coins in each envelope and send that off. It's all good.
Well, Cadaver, whatever you think is best for your share, you go right about and do your
as long
thing.
as I can make sure all the animals get fed.
He's still fingering his hunting knife, thinking to himself, it'd be much nicer just to have a three-way split. But
So Slim has made his position clear. Cadaver Kid is planning on taking some and sharing the rest. Bardog, what are you thinking?
Well, I think I have so much rot that I don't want to give up any of the silver, so I'm going to lean into
that's
that.
how I feel. Yeah.
Oh, it's fair.
All right.
Yeah,
Rocket, you're feeling the same way?
Yeah, I mean, it's right there in the thing. Rules as written, Stephen, as you said.
That's true.
It's true.
We are good stewards of the rules.
Only doing a little coin.
Oh, no. Did we lose Stephen?
No, I'm here.
No.
Okay, there he is.
He's stunned by our avarice.
we are,
We're having tech
by
issues
definition
tonight,
of
aren't
the game, scum.
It's right there. It's in the title.
For our
There.
epilogue, with coin in hand, you topple the fool's hierarchy of slackgaff by the sea. Silver enough to pay off any incorporation lickspittles or to see one of Mayor McWeir's cronies get gunned down in the street. The new rich, same as the old rich, but bolder and less inclined to posture as a member of polite society. You revel in the rot as you try to bring it to the seat of Stubbshead County. The storm clouds roll in soon after. Mists ensorcel the coast and the city falls into bleak repetition, with its fallen neighbor down Scarperous Bay Way. Cadaver Kid, like a fool, you thought that perhaps you can beat the rot. Giving away the silver need not mean you go without your compensation, though. And from this thought, you enter the field of moneylenders, debtmongers, and philanthropists. Your name is exalted, kinder terms than your rivals get, but you still earn dozens for every fraction of a silver you lend, and the rot claims your mind before it claims your body. By the time the curse begins to show itself upon your doorstep, you see how far spread you've let it infect this lost frontier. And that is it. That is the end of Frontier Scum. Thank you all for playing. Thank you for letting me shoot you with sharks. It's been a pleasure.
This is all the deaths you get, by the way. You used all of them.
Used all three on Melissa.
Dear God.
I am
There
shocked
needs
more
to
of
be
us
a
didn't die.
hiatus
Yeah.
on my deaths.
All right. Let's do some shout outs because it's getting late. Aaron, what's going on with Garblag?
Check us out tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be back with some more Imperium Maledictum, some of the Cubicle 7's Warhammer 40k D100 based game. Then on Thursday, Pete should be back in the seat, also at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, continuing his Mothership campaign.
Fantastic. As for myself, I'm working on a Weird West RPG. It's called Huckleberry. I've got some books here that might show up on the webcam. It releases on August 1st. I think it's a lot of fun. Most everyone here has played it, and they all told me that they love it, and it's the best game they ever played, and they'll never play anything else because they know what I wanted to hear. If you would like to play it, all you have to do is join the Lollygagger Discord, and I run playtests every weekend, every other weekend. It's free to sign up. So all you got to do is join the Discord, give a thumbs up to accept the rules, give us a howdy with the cowboy hat to become a playtester, and then you just sign up if there's an open slot. And you get to see all the fun shark gifts that we post during episode discussions and things like that. You get to hang out with all of us. We're all pretty active on there, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great place to be. It's an awesome group of people. It's a nice, cozy corner of the internet. Jeff, what do we got going on with Lollygaggers?
Yeah, man. The rest of the week, Thursday, we've got Simba Room, where we get to meet a new member of the party. Very excited. Friday, we've got Wrath and Glory as Aaron hops back into the GM seat for that. Starting up our final arc, I think. Is that right?
Starting up the final adventure and my last chance to kill Melissa in this game. For that.
Yeah. Steven has really kind of put it to shame a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. I feel.
Come on, Aaron. It's so easy to kill her.
It really
Yeah.
seems to be
I mean,
going-
I've taken two of her Delta Green characters too. Yeah. Come on, Aaron. Let's go, buddy.
I have only managed to kill one character, and that was Justin. So I feel like I'm
That's true.
really letting the team down. So I'll work
Yeah.
on it.
We'll do some PvP. We'll help you out. We'll take down.
Fantastic. That's all I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Let's see what else that Saturday, Call of Cthulhu, as we are still in Mexico City, and I was very close to killing Melissa's character in that as well. Very close, extremely close. It's funny how this is becoming
I
a
hadn't
theme.
realized how
A trend.
overarching this was, but now I'm concerned.
Fascinating.
No jumping, lots of
Okay.
deaths.
Hey,
It's
good
like
news
he
is
trips and dies.
it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday will be Fragged Empire, which your character is just fine. So there you go. And then what are we doing Tuesday next week, Steven? What's the plan?
We are going to be on hiatus for a bit as I am preparing
What?
for Gen Con, where we will be releasing Huckleberry. I'll be at Gen
Sorry.
Con. I believe a couple other people around here will be at Gen Con. Are you checking the contract? Go
I'm
check
looking at the contract
You'll
right
be
here,
hearing
and I
from my
don't
lawyer.
see anything about a hiatus here. What is this about?
Yeah, so we'll be taking some time off, and we will be back likely in August.
Okay, right on. All right. Thanks for hopping in, Cyclops, Havoc, Vulcan. We are actually about to raid. We're going to go ahead and raid Omega Ohm TV. Speaking of Mothership, Aaron had mentioned that Garblock's running it. We're going to go raid them because they all are playing some Mothership, and I like Mothership. So, yeah, let's raid them. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Yeah.